Well, the bear market is officially here. Things are starting to crash, and what do we do? I think there's a lot of opportunities for us in this new type of environment, and there's a lot of people still in disbelief, thinking that this market's going to turn around and shoot to the upside tomorrow. So let's talk about it and let's dive in because believe it or not, I think there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of unknowns as well. I don't claim to have everything together or know everything, but I want to talk about it. I want to give my opinion. I want to talk about everyone's favorite villain, Team Rocket Joey, because he's been putting out some fire lately. And I think that it would be a mistake not to listen to the man here and there. My name's Matthew. I'm with RARTCG. Definitely hit that like button, consider subscribing, and don't forget to leave a comment down below, especially if you have any thoughts or opinions that disagree, go contrary to what I'm saying, because I would love to have a conversation. I would love to, if you would help me understand your perspective and your point of view on the market. It's always great to have a more robust and more critical conversation when we can. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Rudy just released a video today, which is November 1st of 2025, and he said something profound. And listen, Rudy says profound things all the time. I think everyone in this space probably should, on some level, listen to Rudy, which is Alpha Investments, for those of you that don't know. So if you're new to the Pokemon investing kind of business side of things and you don't know about Alpha Investments, you should go just Google or YouTube search that name, subscribe to the channel, and then come back and thank me later after you watch a couple of his videos. So Rudy said something profound. He said, hey, this is the end of the bull market as we know it. But just because a bull market comes to an end, it doesn't mean that we're automatically going to transition it straight into a bear market or a crash. He also went on to explain that we're seeing 20 to 25% corrections across the TCG world in Magic as well as in Pokemon. We're feeling that right now. We're also seeing a decrease in demand. These two things combine together to make quite an interesting situation. But I really love that perspective that Rudy gave. Is just because we're coming to the end of maybe the peak, to the end of the bull market, does not mean that we're heading into a bear market or a crash. That is a very nuanced kind of statement that I think a lot of us have struggle with, because we are either hot or cold, right? We are either all in or we're all out. We're either MSRP gang or we are to the moon. And whenever the truth is oftentimes in the middle, which is kind of boring, but that's just kind of where it's at. And that's kind of the voice I want to bring to the table. Now, this is the deal, okay? Demand is starting to decrease. A lot of people are pointing to macro situations like the government shutdown, things like that, as to why. But honestly, I think that combined with the reduction or the correction in prices, which go hand in hand, but these things are so interesting because even newer sets are getting closer and closer to that MSRP kind of level of pricing. You may be like, isn't that great for everyone? Absolutely. I think that's an amazing, perfect situation, especially for newer sets. That's what we want to see. That's what a healthy market is. I just noticed there's a white speck on me. Anyways, that's what a healthy market is. When new product comes out, yes, pre-release to right at release may be elevated prices to some extent as the product is more limited, but as the product hits the wider market, then prices should correct down to right above, right at, or right below MSRP, depending on the set and how strong it is. But what we've seen for the past over a year, a lot of people argue, is these super elevated prices where you're able to run to your Best Buy, pick up a box, turn around and sell it online for double or triple what you paid. That's not a normal market. And while we love to see our collector apps and we love to see our collections increase in value, that's so much fun. Number goes up. I'm happy. I'm joyful. Woohoo! That's just not reality. And in fact, a lot of people have pointed to this is such a healthy market. Look, Pokemon wants their products to be desirable. Pokemon wants their products to be worth something. While that is true, it's a collectible game. It's a collectible TCG. And of course, Pokemon wants there to be some sort of long-term value in their products. You have to remember that Pokemon, at the end of the day, is a company that's looking to make profits off of the product that they're releasing. Yes, they're making profits, But listen, they are not making secondary market level of profits, okay? They are making their like baseline profits on all of this. Yes, they're selling out. Yes, that's increased profits for them, but they're leaving money on the table by not printing more. And you can see that so clearly by looking at the elevated profit prices on the secondary market. This is all super duper important because Pokemon's not going to leave it like this. Pokemon's already started printing more. They've been printing more for a while. And you could argue that demand has just shown that it's just so strong that there's not enough product that they can release to the market to quell that demand. Well, we're starting to see some corrections. We're starting to see some decreased sales volume, decreased demand. And this is a perfect storm. This benefits literally everyone, and I'm going to get into it. This literally benefits everyone except for one group of people. This does not, the one group of people it does not benefit are scalpers. Scalpers cannot exist in an ecosystem where there is a abundant amount of supply. Okay? Scalpers profiteer and they make their money in a situation where there is limited supply and increased or elevated demand. That is the only way this kind of situation happens. And basically what happened is we naturally went into this big bull market surge of Pokemon, of interest in TCGs, which is absolutely a beautiful thing. We want to see new people in the hobby. Like all of us should desire that. The new businesses starting, the new YouTubers starting, the new collectors, hobbyists, players. It's a beautiful, perfect, great thing. And the like dark side behind it, because of the limited supply, has been that it has created a situation where people are profiteering and making money off the secondary market in a way that's morally questionable, right? Because people make money off the secondary market all the time. Even if you are the truest, the most true, the most pure collector and hobbyist in the world, if you ever, look at me, if you ever sell those cards, you are now profiting off of the hobby. Woo! I'm not going to harp on that too much. If you disagree with that point, let me know down in the comments. But at a certain point, we all, like all of us in this hobby, whether you're a player, a hobbyist, a collector, an evil investor, a reseller, all of us wear different hats in the hobby. All of us can play the role of an investor sometimes. All of us can play the role of a collector, of a player. Like these are interchangeable things, and we're all just the Spider-Man meme standing around in a circle and pointing at each other being angry, okay? Like that's all it is. We should love each other, okay? This place is a fun hobby. We should have fun, y'all. So I think it's good for everyone except for the scalper. Okay, the scalper, when they can't make money by buying retail and flipping it, that's the type of person that's going to find that opportunity in a different vertical, in a different industry. When the TCG industry is not pumping, those people are going to kind of flush out. They're going to find another industry to enter and look for similar opportunities. And that's how they roll. Now, I think that this is what's going to be really interesting is, does demand continue to decrease? Do we see this stall out and demand continues to decrease? Or as we head into the Christmas season, as we head into the 30th anniversary, will we start to see demand increase? It's going to be very interesting to see how that flows with Pokemon's updated approach to printing. We are definitely seeing a lot more product hit the shelves. I don't think anybody can argue with that, especially with the recent Walmart tins release. And yes, I know there are certain scalpers out there just slurping up all of the product, but that's just not the norm. Let's talk about some ways that this new market can benefit you, whether you're a collector, an evil investor. And to really kick this off, to really showcase this, we're going to look at everyone's favorite villain in the hobby, which is Team Rocket Joey. I mean, just check out this clip right here.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's a Destin Rivals booster box. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a Destin Rivals booster box. 1, 2,
3, 4. There's a Destin Rivals booster box.
1, 2, 3, 4. Another Destin Rivals booster box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Destin Rivals booster box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Destin Rivals booster box. 1, 2, 3.
And now I get it, like Joey's being kind of facetious with just counting the $100 bills, saying, hey, that's another Destin Rivals box. That's another, like, it's funny, right? It's funny. But he also has a point here, okay? His point is if you save your money and if you save your money, and if you didn't just spend erroneously throughout all of the bull market, well, look, you've got an opportunity to buy now, okay? So if you're a collector, if you just love ripping packs, or you're an evil investor, like the next couple of months as things are slowed down and cooled off, this is your time. Like this is the time to jump in. Could prices correct even further, another 25, 75%? Of course, anything could happen, okay? A black swan event can happen. Tomorrow we could wake up and prices be at all-time highs. Like all of that is possible, but unlikely, okay? What I'm trying to say is this new environment, okay, this softening of the market, could it continue to go down? Absolutely. But you believe it or not, right now's the time to buy packs. Right now's the time to buy, if you've never opened Prismatic Evolutions because you couldn't afford it at $15 a pack. And maybe that's the wrong thing to say. Maybe you chose not to afford it at $15 a pack. And if that's you, I respect it. Some people were balling out and they really wanted to open it at $15 per pack. And I'm not going to judge that. But maybe you were sitting on the sideline saying, hey, I'm gonna pick up that pack when it's below $10. I'm gonna pick up that pack when it's below $9. Well, guess what? It's about that time. Like Prismatic is a perfect example of this. Like you can jump in, you can enjoy multiple sets right now at below $7, like below $8 per pack. Like this is a beautiful time to be part of the hobby. If you've been holding out, you really want to open some packs, you really want to get some more cards in your binder, right now's the time to do it. Or if you want to be like Joey and just count out the $100 bills and just stack racks on racks on racks of Destin Rivals boxes because you believe that that's the best set of the generation, go for it. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about. For resellers, this is a beautiful time to be part of a business. Okay, first of all, bulk. Bulk never changes, okay? Like bulk is bulk is bulk is bulk, okay? You always want to buy between $5 and $10 per 1,000 cards, and if you're doing that, you're winning, okay? Bulk aside, because bulk never changes, kind of like lore from Fallout, here's the deal, okay? If you're buying collections, if you're looking at buying sealed, this is the type of market where prices start to come down, where you were having to pay 75, 80%, 70 to 80% of market to be competitive, to buy collections and all of that. But guess what? As a softening market enters, you're gonna be adjusting those price ranges. So if someone comes to you just with a ton of just massive, just boxes, those 10-pack boxes, like the Blooming Waters, if they come to you with Blooming Waters, you should pay like 80, 85%. But if they come to you with any of the other like GameStop exclusive, I can't remember any right now off the top of my head. It's been a long day. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. It's been a great day, but a long day. But like you get all of these like collection boxes and collection tins. You're not going to be paying 80% for those anymore. You may not even be paying 70% for those in the coming days. You may be looking closer to 65 to 60%, and that's going to be a really competitive offer. But here's the deal. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to be able to just reach out to somebody tomorrow and be like, hey, you want to take 60% for that? I see it's a lot of collection boxes and tins. That's not how it happens. The consumer, the collector sentiment has to shift with the market. There's always going to be a delay. We saw it as the bull market surged. The demand and the consumer behavior changed. A surge in popularity, a surge in interest in the TCG. And what delayed? Well, what delayed was supply. There's always a delay. There's like data, and then there's the response to it. So we're starting to see, like Rudy said, we're starting to see points on the graph that show towards a declining or flat market, which could indicate a bear market is coming, but we're not positive yet. Well, in the coming weeks and months, as people start to settle into this new norm, which, our favorite shill, the shillers out there just doing their thing, shilling everything. They're going to try to help keep sentiment up because that's what their narrative's been. Some of them will probably shift the narrative and start talking about the reality of things slowing down. Actually, a YouTuber who is famously known as Dr. Shill. This is, of course, Alex from Nostalgianomics. I think that he sprinkles in some videos about a softening market. Like I think that, okay, I don't want to give you too much credit here, Alex, but listen to me. I think Alex is kind of smart with his content, okay? I think that he sprinkles in some bearish takes here and there. I think Alex always constructs his arguments and his content in a way that he really can't be wrong. And if you're a good content creator, you're always doing that, okay? You're always doing that. For example, I said at the beginning of this video that we're basically heading into a bear market. Everything's going to crash and go down, right? But then I backed up my statement. I've made, here's some nuance. Here's a caveat here. We don't really know what's coming on in the future. All of that is just future-proofing this video, because if we start to see another surge in demand in November going into December, I'm going to sit back and be like, look, guys, we didn't know what was going on. Like, yeah, I know in the intro of my video, I was like kind of clickbaity and, trying to get you all riled up. But here's the deal. We really don't know what's happening. I'm going to just say, as I start to wrap up this video, I really thought this was going to be a 10-minute video, but I just never do that. I can never do it. It's always got to be closer to 20 minutes, whatever. We love it. We love it. It's just part of it, guys. Like, this new market, if things really do slow down, stabilize, get slower, prices decline and adjust and correct, it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time to buy and hold if you're a sealed collector or an investor. It's a beautiful time to be reselling because you get access to product a little bit cheaper. You may see a decline in sales as the consumer sentiment is changing. But listen, like, there's always going to be interest and there's always going to be demand in Pokemon. That's what makes it so beautiful. And so we just have to adjust and change with the time. But here's the deal, is how many of you watching this are here for the long term? I'm just going to let that sit in the room for a little bit. How many of y'all are seriously here to like be part of, creating content, of being part of reselling, of collecting, of investing? How many of you are really here for the long term? Because we're about to see, I think when the rubber meets the road, when we do see a decline like this in the market, we see a lot of people start exiting. Because a lot of people love things when they're hyped up, when they're at their peaks, when it's like all-time highs, everything's going up. But at the subtle, slightest decline, or at the subtle hint of a pattern of decline or of softening, a lot of people will jump ship. And I'm gonna put a little caveat on this. There's nothing wrong with that. If you've been riding the wave and you see a decline and you're like, this isn't for me, mad respect. It's totally fine. This is a hobby. It's cardboard, guys. You know what I mean? Here's my 2 cents. Don't sell everything. If you're just now realizing you haven't been selling, you've been accumulating, as long as you are not leveraged, okay? I pray that you did not put everything on a credit card and that credit card bill's coming. Because if you bought this reasonably, within reason of what you make, keep it. Keep it until the next bull run, okay? If you're leveraged, get the heck out of debt, okay? That kind of debt is not good to have. Anyways, you don't have to take my advice, obviously. It's not even advice. It's just wisdom. Okay, we'll call it wisdom, not financial advice here. Anyways, guys, it's good. But are you here for the long term? That's what I want to know. Let me know down in the comments down below. Just to recap, kind of close up this video. Today, November 1st, is a Saturday. I don't know if you can tell my voice is maybe a little bit different. I just competed this morning in my 4th ever strongman competition. I mentioned a couple videos ago, my very first ever strongman competition, I got last place. And ever since then, I've been incrementally getting better and better and better. Today, I took 2nd place. For the first 2 to 3 events, I was kind of in the running for first, and then I zeroed out on an event, and I was so sad. But here's a little picture of me with my 2nd place prize. So it's a cute little 5-pound little weights with a little like plaque on it. It's really cute. I also got a Yeti cup, which is super sick. My best event was the log press. I'll show a little video right now as I talk. Log press was awesome. I got first place in my division in this. I got 5 reps. I almost got 6, but my 5th rep, man, I just kind of lost it a little bit. And then another event I was really proud of myself on was the deadlift. Deadlifts are one of my weakest events. It was 475 pounds. I was pretty confident I could hit it for 1, and I was like, if I can just hit the rep for 1, then I can make a mental decision if I'm going to commit to a second. And I did. I hit the 2nd rep, and man, it felt so good. I was like, I'm going for a 3rd, and I couldn't get the 3rd rep, but that's okay. I still did great. I'm still so proud of the work I put in and the results I got. And then the last thing I want to talk about is from the strongman thing is just this stone. So this is the hay stone you're watching me lift right now. This is like a Scottish tradition. Like all the clans, all the old school clans in Scotland, a lot of them have their own stone. And so the people putting on the events, they have their own stone. And if you can lift it up to your chest, or if you can put it on your shoulder or press it, you can get your name written down on their ledger. And so I was like, man, I just want to pick it up. You know, I don't have any aspirations to put it to my shoulder yet or anything like crazy like that. But I was so happy. It's 230 pounds of just solid granite. It's a boulder from Colorado. It's super sick. It sucked open, like picking that thing up. Actually, I got this sick like battle scar right here on my forearm. It doesn't look that bad in the video, but man, my forearm was burning. So that was really fun. Guys, thank y'all so much for the love and support. I cannot say it enough. Enough. Thank you guys. Look forward to the comments down below. Let me know how you're doing. Did you have a good Halloween? If anybody is interested, you can become a member to the channel. I need to upload some stuff to that. But guys, it's just to support the channel. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.